So now we are going to talk about how is a newspaper written, like what is the format of writing a news or an article or a newspaper or basically something like that. You have to understand the fact that it follows or goes through three processes. One is the inverted triangle. Wait. Inverted triangle. With my pen changed. Second is the 5 W's and 1 H. The third are the 7 C's. So 7 C's and 5 W and 1 H, all three of these are a must in a newspaper. Let me tell you why. So first let's start with an inverted triangle. What is an inverted triangle basically? This is a triangle, right? Okay, let me fix it a bit. This is an inverted triangle because triangle is usually up like this, right? A triangle is usually like this, but we are doing it in an inverted way, like a downside. What is the main purpose of news? The main purpose of news, I'm sorry that I particularly forgot to define this, but the main particular aim of a news is so that the individual can get information which the person is interested in knowing as much as possible in the very first few lines, as quick as possible, without spending too much time, without reading so much of bogus words, and just ending up getting the information they want and then leave. That is what they mean as a news, a proper journalistic news. Which means that as you go down, the information keeps getting more and more bogus. For example, this would contain the more important news. By the way, this part is also called the lead of the news, or you can also call it the news intro. Okay, you can call this a news intro or a lead, and this place can be cut or removed. Basically means that the more you go down, the more less important it becomes to read the article or something. Yeah, news can be continued to a different page if that is what the writer or the editor or basically the person who is writing, the author, wants, but not necessarily. And this inverted triangle, let me tell you a few facts about it. It is the most traditional type of news writing method. It is effective because obviously anybody would want to read the most important thing first, and then they can just leave and move to the next topic whenever they want, because at the end of the day that is what is important. I came here to read about 5 people who died in the process of Mount Everest climbing, and I ended up knowing about the fact that the snow was light or there was sun bright or anything like that, which is not really important to me. Which is important to me is how they died, why they died, or anything like that, which basically takes us to the next topic. Now that we understood that this is how the inverted triangle process works, now we are going to move out to the next topic, which is what does the inverted triangle contain. So the inverted triangle contains a few things which are very, very important. Number 1, 5W and 1H. This is not the first point, by the way. This is just the title of the topic. Okay, 5W and 1H. So what are the 5Ws? Who, what, when, why, and where. These are the 5 important topics. Who did it? Who, let me tell you, first thing, who is the most important. It starts with the who, and it then moves forward to what, when, why, when, where. Basically that. So who? For example, who died? 5 Mount Everest climbers. Okay? Found 5 Mount Everest climbers. What were they? Climbers, right? Who died? 5 climbers. Okay, this would be who climbed? 5 climbers. Why did they die? What did they do to die? What were they? They were 5 Mount Everest climbers. When did they die? Maybe yesterday, maybe day before yesterday or something like that. Why did they die? Because there was an avalanche. Okay? Where did they die? They died in the Mount Everest. So you can place it like it depends on the scenario. Like it can be like first comes who, then comes what, then comes where, then comes why, then comes what, no, then comes when. Or basically who, when comes, like when is like the time, you can give it anywhere. So it's basically like 5 climbers who were climbing Mount Everest died because of the fact that an avalanche occurred like yesterday in the third base, or in the like the base camp, near the base camp, basically something like that.